You're listening to Stupid Opinions. I've got plenty of dumb opinions, and I hope you do too. My name is Hank with SuckProfessor. James, what's your name?
I don't know anymore.
That's the right answer. Thanks for it very much. Thanks for finding our channel. Please like and subscribe and help our channel grow. All right. Destiny versus Watch Dog. Which one was a bigger disappointment? Both were giant games that came out this year in 2014. Huge expectations all around. Lots of hype. Bunch of people applauding. Bunch of people excited, waiting outside, hoping it shows up in the grocery store early in the morning. I'm making that part up. But people were really thrilled. And they kind of fell flat in some ways. Although, not to say that they're failures, but just for the amount of expectations. James, what do you think? Which one was a bigger disappointment to you?
I only played a tiny bit of Watch Dogs. I've played an incredible amount of Destiny. And even though I enjoy Destiny, I continue to play Destiny. I think the gameplay mechanics are solid, that it keeps bringing me back. I'd just say Destiny is by far a bigger disappointment.
Oh, listen to you being real objective, kind of going. Yeah. I mean, it's also, to be clear, like I have not played Watch Dogs. I played a decent Destiny, nowhere near as much as you, but so we're not like experts on either one. This is just kind of a discussion. So we want people to let us know how they feel.
I did get my Destiny expert certification.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you got flown to the Traveler, right?
To the tower. I met the speaker.
What's the Traveler?
It's a giant ball that doesn't do jack crap because there's no story.
Rule of improv number 1 is don't deny me, bitch.
It's a giant ball.
Don't deny me, bitch. No. That's the name of my new podcast.
Yeah, it's basically a golf ball that hovers around and says that it is the source of light.
So it's teabagging a planet.
Yeah.
All right. So let's break it down a little bit though. Watch Dogs, people didn't appreciate some of the world wasn't really organic. It felt a little phony, or felt like it was kind of just this construct for you to engage in. If you got to a point, you activated some certain thing or whatever. Is that correct?
Yes, it felt like rather than being a real life breathing organic world like a Grand Theft Auto 5, people complained that it felt like this obstacle course with certain things intrinsically placed purposely for the player to use. Like, oh, here's a red button that I hit that makes this thing go up, that stops traffic, or it seemed like a test zone or something that wasn't natural.
Yeah.
It constantly reminded you were playing a game, not that you were existing in a simulation of reality.
And did it feel like there were consequences to your actions in the same way like GTA? Although, you know,
that never stops us.
Yeah, of course. I mean, for me especially. But the thing is, it's a good game though. Like it has great action. That it uses kind of that third-person game of war, a Gears of War sort of thing. I don't know. What am I talking? James, explain what I'm saying. I have no idea what I'm saying.
By its own merits, it's a great game.
Yeah.
It could be a great game.
Yeah.
The problem is that it's basically akin to saying, okay, I'm going to make this fantasy movie and I'm going to release it in November. And like, oh crap, in December, Lord of the Rings comes out.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings being Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh.
Completely overshadowed by something that you cannot compete with. There is nothing more polished or impressive than Grand Theft Auto 5.
So I'm having some walnuts here for dinner. So good. So delicious. No salt. That's what makes it even better. No salt. It's not going to kill me. Unless I choke on it, in which case you have to give me mouth to mouth. So hopefully I choke. JK. Not there's anything wrong with that. So Watch Dogs, I totally forgot what I was saying because I started talking about walnuts. Oh, it had this immense buildup. They were victims of their own expectations, like kind of said earlier. But how did they pull that off, though? I remember it being like some really cool, like slick videos released, some really good teasers. It's almost like they were a victim of their own marketing.
Right. I originally bought the PlayStation 4.
It was supposed to be like the next gen showpiece.
Yeah,
right?
I bought the PlayStation 4 because I intended to get the bundle that had Watch Dogs in it. So it's like, okay, this is a system seller for me. This is why I want a next generation console.
Right.
Because it was so impressive and so, dynamic weather and, seeing the streets all slick with rain. I absolutely loved that.
The city.
Yeah, Chicago, all the wind.
Which is, the wind. It's the best part.
Yeah, so I enjoyed that. I really was stoked for it. And then the PlayStation 4, arrival date approaches and like, oh, this game is being delayed. Yeah. And it got delayed excessively. And to the point where I think the Wii U version is just now coming out.
For what?
Watch Dogs.
Oh. Yeah. For some reason I lost track of what you're saying. I didn't know it was not even on Wii. That's what surprised me. I was like,
yeah, it's coming out.
Wow.
So
Is it going to be released on ColecoVision?
yes.
Yeah.
You-
Commodore 64?
Yeah, you put like that screen thing on your screen. If
Yeah.
that makes any sense.
Yeah. It's gonna
Anyone
be
listening to this probably has no idea what that means.
will
but
be released on Virtua Boy?
yeah.
Huh?
Was it in television or something? Where
Was it going to be released on Victrola?
yeah,
Which is not just an old record player.
Yes.
All right, so it got delayed, but did that hurt it, or did that mean that they were going to make it amazing? You know, that it'll be done when it's done. It's ready. We're going to keep releasing it because we care about the quality of the game. Or did they know they had a stinker on their hands and they weren't sure how to deal with
No,
it?
I think it hurt it because it really killed my anticipation of it.
Okay.
Because other things came along the way and kind of stole the thunder from it. I stopped thinking, hey, I want to play Watch Dogs. I'd rather play Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
Other games, came along. It's just pushing something out
Yeah.
is never a winning strategy.
You give yourself
I
a
think.
window to deliver something, and then suddenly you don't miss.
Right.
You miss the window, and things.
I think
die
the
down.
problem is that people inherently are very fickle.
Yeah.
And you get them excited about something, and you put this piece of cake in front of them, and you inch it towards them inch by inch, and then you just
cake.
snatch it away and feed it to the dog.
Hey, where's my cake?
Exactly.
Yeah.
In this case, the cake was alive for a very long time, and then it
living
came out.
cake.
Yeah.
Oh no, where'd my living cake go? That's called. You and I just did an improv scene.
No.
Welcome to comedy, James. So then, but Destiny, though, did we nail down all the disappointments of that game? My God, there's a giant list.
Yeah,
huh?
I mean,
no story.
Yeah, the first thing you want with a game is a story.
Yeah.
You want character customization, which
You want a
really
reason
isn't.
to give a shit. That's what
Yeah.
story does. Is you care about the characters, you care about what happens to them, and you give a fuck about where they're going and how they're going to get there.
Yeah, if any major character in the storyline, of which there's really none. Like if my Peter Dinklebot ghost were to explode and die,
Yeah.
I wouldn't really care at all because
Yeah.
he serves practically no purpose other than to hack doors.
The wizard came from the moon.
Yes, the Hot Wizard came from the moon.
That poop came from my butt. That's my favorite Peter Dinklage quote that happens in the game. Yep.
Yep. That's yeah.
Yep. That box of condoms came from CVS. Did you like that one?
That was.
Well, you're
inspiring.
welcome.
Yeah.
All right. So Dinklebot.
Yeah.
No story. What else?
Yeah, no, I mean, no story. You're limited to one town, being the tower. Was marketed as being somewhat of an open world, but it completely wasn't. You have very limited maps. You only have you have Mars, Venus, Earth. And I think that's it.
The moon.
And of course the moon. That's where the wizard comes from.
And to be fair, Mars, Venus, and Earth and the moon are big places. So
Well,
you could do quite a lot with all of those.
You can, but a lot of the missions that you do retreads old ground, kind of reuses the same areas. So then finally, this DLC comes out.
Now, that was just a short time ago.
Right. Yeah. And the developers were marketing saying, we're listening to your feedback. We hear your concerns. We're going to address it in the DLC. So I'm thinking, okay, we're going to get story. We're going to get new content. We're going to get more new areas to explore.
Find out what that damn traveler thing is all
that's
about.
what I wanted to know, the freaking traveler. What is it? Does it have a person? Is it conscience? Is it sentient?
Just pause it right there, though. Your questions you're asking make it sound like you're super into it and I can't wait. This is so exciting. The suspension is killing me. But it's more just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's me being angry of starting a game, playing it to the conclusion, and sitting there with the controller, no, not controller in my hand. I use mouse and keyboard, but that's
Zim 4.
That's another topic.
Yeah.
And just staring at my screen and saying, "What?
Yeah.
This answered nothing." I know almost the same amount of information now as I knew when I started.
And not in a cliffhanger kind of way. It's more just like, okay, well, that's a waste.
It was like a Star Wars ending where there's a parade in the tower and you have Bill Nighy standing there saying, the speaker, who's voiced by him, just giving a stupid, like, "Guardians, you have fought against the darkness and emerged," and then credits. Beep.
Well, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about now,
It's
James.
garbage.
That's how Destiny ends.
Yeah,
I thought that was how Star Wars ended. I was like, what the hell?
Well,
I must have been asleep during
parade
that one.
scenes, all that kind of crap.
Yeah, I'm playing with the walnut shells there. Sorry, everybody. I didn't go to broadcasting school. I went to walnut school. I love having these nuts in my mouth. They're pretty good, especially when I crack them. They're even then you can chew them. So all those disappointments, though, still is a pretty good game, though. Like what is it you like, though? You enjoy the combat, you enjoy the item system, like getting legendary, building out your character.
I mean, even though you're retreading the same missions over and over and over, you've got no story. You're basically accomplishing the same thing every single time you play it.
Yeah.
In endless grinding. the gameplay itself is where the game shines. It's a very, very polished game in terms of the gunfighting, the jumping, the mechanics. The raids are very well done, although there's only 2 of them.
The big boss fights.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of criticism to be had, but the main thing, the gameplay itself is solid, and that's what keeps me coming back.
Endless grinding, great porno.
Yeah.
So you keep going back to that, and you're not alone. A lot of people have gone back to that game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Still extremely popular.
It is.
Like millions of people a day are playing.
Yeah, but
or is that dying off?
It is a very popular game to hate on, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you go to any gaming website that writes an article about Destiny, and the first comment you really see is like, huh, "People still play that."
Yeah.
It's like, I stopped playing that in the first week. It's like, okay, we get it. You're cool. You're smarter than the rest of us. You're not part of the sheep.
Old news. Lol.
Yeah.
Hitler. That's what YouTube comments are like sometimes, or gaming or channel any blogger comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get it, though. I mean, I sympathize. I'm just.
But you said it was a bigger disappointment than Watch Dogs. I'm not saying you're wrong to like it. I'm just saying that's an interesting thing. Is it because it was set that the expectations were higher?
Right. I wanted it. They made a lot of promises that they didn't fulfill. That's really the thing. Watchdog, I think they probably hit their mark in what they were promising. Destiny, absolutely not.
That's a great way to summarize it all.
Yeah.
Can you do my taxes for me? You're good at numbers. I need help. I need so much help, dude. I'm in so much fucking trouble.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Hit like, hit subscribe. What do you think? What's your stupid opinion about Destiny or Watch Dogs? Which one do you think was a bigger disappointment? What game did we miss that also is a huge disappointment? Let us know in the comments below. Hit the like, you will be ho. Go to subscribe and it will always glow. James, I rhymed it. I'm a rapper now.
You're Macklemore.